Hey, real estaters, you can stream every episode of The Industrialist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Prime members can enjoy ad-free listening on Amazon Music. All right, real estaters, it's week 23. Hello, Wilbur.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hello, my name is... Hello, guys and gal, Isabella.
Hey.
Why don't you lead us in with an announcement?
So our announcement is that we have a portfolio sale, an iOS single tenant portfolio sale. So that's also going to be our sale availability of the week. So we're pleased to present an iOS portfolio totaling 273,427 square feet across 33.88 acres. Currently 95.94% leased, this offering provides passive income with significant rental upside. The portfolio has a weighted average lease term of 3+ years and features a diverse tenant base across multiple industrial uses. A few of the key highlights are there are 11 tenants. Its markets are in Dallas-Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Oklahoma City, and offers are due by June 3rd of 2025. If you're interested in learning more, please complete the...
June 23rd.
June 23rd. What did I say?
June 3rd.
Oh,
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Just kidding.
Whoa.
Offers are due by June 23rd, which is a Monday, and that's in a few weeks. If you're interested in learning more, please complete the attached confidentiality agreement that is going to be linked in the episode description, and you'll return it to me at my email, which is also in the episode description, to get access to the full offering memorandum.
If you have any questions, you can email Jeremy or I.
Yep.
It's time for those things to move on to the next owner.
Yes. Someone can own those things next. Economic calendar couldn't get the initial jobless claims in, but U.S. trade deficit forecast is negative $90 billion. The previous was negative $140 billion. That sounds like progress.
It's good negative numbers.
Yeah. U.S. unemployment rate, 4.2. Previous was 4.2. Dow Jones Industrial closed out at 43,113 last week, gaining 769 points. The S&P closed out at 5902, losing 19 points. NASDAQ closed out at 19,126, losing 72 points. West Texas crude closed out at 62.88 a barrel, gaining $2. The 5-year Treasury closed out at 3.96, and the 10-year closed at 4.41. SOFR is at 4.35.
Stock markets. Whoa, that's an ad. Stock market related to real estate stocks is the inverse of where it was at last week. Last week was all negative. REIT industrial, we're up 300 basis points week over week. REIT residential, we're up 2.92%. REIT office, we're at 2.9%. REIT healthcare facilities, we're at 2.5%. REIT hotel and motel up 2.4%. Hold on, my eyes. It's all these lines. REIT retail, we're up 2.43. Real estate diversified, we're up 1.95. REIT diversified up 1.32. REIT specialty 1.28. I wonder what's in that specialty bucket. That'd be kind of like stadiums and other stuff and casinos.
I don't know.
But REIT real estate services up 18 bips. That's it. REIT mortgage is down 5 basis points. And then real estate development is down a full 100 bips. I did scroll down from this this service that we use. 3-month performance is dog shit.
REIT specialty. We have a couple of tenants in this mix.
Oh.
American Tower.
Okay.
Crown Castle. Those are MAC-cap tenants. They're cell phone people. Digital Realty Trust. Equinix. No, it's Equinix.
EQUI.
EPR Properties, but probably some, I don't know, it'd be interesting to look at these companies' websites. Probably have some weirder stuff. Outdoors. Let's see.
Oh, they're a tenant of ours too.
Outfront Media.
Mm-hmm.
So billboards. I'd say that's specialty.
Billboards and cell
Billboards,
towers.
cell towers. It's kind of what it looks like. Be interesting to drill into these websites, see what Lamar Outdoor, they're on there. So, anyways. Cool.
Just a quick note. I never scrolled down on this, but REIT mortgage the last 3 months down 11%. So,
Can't get them loans.
No,
They're
and
not
then
processing them loans.
half of your performance, REIT office is really getting kicked in, down 23%.
What about industrial?
Industrial is mid-market. It's as usual, just down 11%. REIT mortgage is right around 10. So, and then 1 year performance, industrial is pretty much flat. No movement. So,
All right. How much weight we gain?
I haven't looked. I'm going to call it 32 for this week.
24.9.
Oh,
Man.
that's the net or the gross?
Get ready.
fast?
Summer abs.
Someone was fasting.
Yeah. And Doge had a caloric. We didn't have a deficit, but we got pretty close. 22,645.
How come we always get close?
I don't know.
Every week we don't get there.
This is like the Biggest Loser. You remember, like they brought in someone's like probably 500 pounds, and it's like, we just got to get you there, man.
They have that last Pop-Tart at 9 p.m. Just to push you over.
Elon is stepping away from Doge. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got it up and running. Probably lost enough net worth and been attacked enough to.
I was watching the news and 97% of his media coverage is negative.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
I don't have the articles to support that, but
Yeah, I heard that as well somewhere. I can't
Yeah.
remember. But I heard that he's been on a drug-infused bender. Like,
Really?
he's got a little kid he walks around with. I heard that. I saw that on Twitter somewhere. I don't know if it's true.
No, this is so fake news. Trying to bury him.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know.
What's your term of the week, Will?
This is
This
interesting.
is yours. Yeah. Where did you hear this?
I heard this at the iOS convention
Oh,
this
okay.
past week.
There was a lot of gems dropped in there.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
We're going to be eating off that for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, at least. Somebody was asking me about what kind of deals we buy, and they're like, well, just give me the speed slot. And I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? Like, I was like looking at him like, oh, this can go in a lot of directions right now. But from the context I got was like, what is that? What's your fastball? What's kind of middle of the fairway for you? The Chat GPT response was, in commercial real estate, the term speed slot is a finance bro slang used to describe a preferred quick access opportunity in a competitive investment process. It often refers to a situation where a broker, lender, or investor has a first look or inside track on a deal. I agree with like inside track. Usually due to a strong relationship or strategic connection, this gives them the advantage of moving faster than others in the market. So,
What's your speed slot,
what's your speed slot? And I was just like, yo,
Man, I always feel like we're going to run to the end of this pipeline one day, but nope.
no,
No. No, they just keep producing themselves.
yeah, that's good. How many did we give you, Bella? There's like probably 5 or 6 more.
Oh, we were just firing off Teams messages to Bella. Here's another one.
I have 4 more.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
5 weeks.
So there was
Do a
5
show
total.
on that.
Yeah.
On the iOS convention or just all the
Oh, the
terms?
terms of the week.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
The
We'll do
holiday
it.
special.
We'll read the dictionary to everybody. Well, our intern started today. We'll just make him listen to that. Here, learn all these terms.
He can just regurgitate this shit when he's back in finance classes.
Yeah, we're changing CRMs. Maybe we can put a field in for speed slot definition.
Yeah. What's this investor's speed slot?
Right.
Oh, that's funny. Well, let's touch on sports here real quick, Jeffrey. What?
Yeah, so we're at the end of the NBA finals or NBA playoffs.
Okay.
And the finals start Thursday. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers.
Right. Let's go.
I like the Thunder in 6 games. They just don't lose many games.
Yeah.
Like I bet they've. I should know this better, but at one point in the playoffs, they had won playoffs and into regular season, they had won 18 of 20. So they just don't lose many games.
Yeah.
They'll lose 1 or 2, but I think that's it.
Let's go Thunder.
Yeah. It's a market of ours. It'd be good. TV time.
I got some UFC 316 picks here for you.
Where's it at? Where's the
It's in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Atlantic City
I don't know.
or the Meadowlands?
Hold on.
They both suck.
What is nice there? I just
Once you get probably call it 5 miles to 10 miles west of the airport, it starts to get pretty.
okay.
It's at the Prudential Center in Newark.
Yeah, it's in Newark. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. That's kind of rough down there, but that's where the New Jersey Devils play. So
Let's see. All right. Main event is Merab Davishil against Sean Sugar O'Malley. We're taking Davishil minus 270. His face looks like a steamroller just ran over it. It's just flattened, so he can take a lot on the chin. In the co-main event, you got Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison is the big favorite at negative 600. I'm going to take Juliana Pena at plus 405. You never know. You might get a knockout and win. When it gets that heavy, I like betting on the dog. So, Joe Pfeiffer versus Kevin Gastelum. I'm taking Joe Pfeiffer at negative 365 and Kevin Holland at negative 260 over Vincent Lecoux. So, but not a lot of sports going on right now. After the NBA Finals, it'll just be that part of summer where you're just waiting.
I think it's time to talk about your favorite TV show or something.
Right. Well, we got a supplement for that, Jeff. We talked about it. We'll get some conference previews getting ready for the college football season. Yes!
It never ends.
It never ends.
You guys are addicted.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you could add some European soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, they won.
PSG got smoked. PSG smoked Inter.
Yeah, so they got the Quattro.
Yeah, they did get the Quattro.
I thought about that Sunday morning.
Yeah,
I Quattroed with you.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
I went to jiu-jitsu yesterday and I got stuck in this circle of 4 dudes sitting there and they just went all off into the soccer match. And my buddy sitting on the side, he looks at me and goes, "Hey, Jeremy." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "They're talking about soccer." I was like, "Yeah, I need to scoot out of this circle."
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It's total smackdown. So
yeah, it was biggest win ever, right?
Yeah.
In the finals.
Yeah, that's winning 56-0 in a football game.
Yeah.
Wow. It was really bad. So, but yeah, it was good. It was good. See them win.
I didn't really hate real estate last week. Jeff, do you have any hate?
No. The feedback I'd give is we just had our monthly sales meeting. So many short-term leases. Every deal. 1 year, 3
New deals? New deals?
New deals, but short. You know. Yeah, we just did a 3-year lease. We just did a 1-year lease. We did a 2-year lease.
Yeah.
And I mean, every one. I mean, I don't think there was one 5-year lease.
No.
What's the data behind it?
I think the gut check behind it is just people afraid to make long-term commitments.
Yeah.
Not still, but for now.
Yeah. I think it clears up next year. I think we get through all the tariff stuff and that's what everyone's using right now. But I think a lot of people are not making money right now. I think a lot of businesses are not really making money right now.
Yeah, we heard a lot of credit concerns too. Like, oh, well, we did the renewal, but the tenant was in default.
Yeah.
But we were afraid to kick him out because vacancy was a worse idea than a defaulting tenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guarantee way to blow out your DSCR loan covenants is kick them out. Maybe you can get a couple months of rent here and there, just kind of keep you afloat.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Jeff said something starting here very interesting. I don't know when, maybe it was 90 to 120 days ago about the speed of how everything works right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the market
cycles.
downtime.
Yeah, so I just wonder if in the real estate business, we're still antiquated. Things don't move fast and we're not catching up quick enough. So I wonder if, I just feel like nobody's really losing yet. Nobody's really winning. It's just kind of, we're not doing anything. And I wonder if it's just because the speed of the news and everything is moving so fast.
It's hard to process it all.
Yes, and so it's just better to do nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So people are just like, let's just do a 2 year or 1 year or 3 year and just sit put.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, it's just like there's so much data coming at you.
Yeah.
And a business owner's probably like trying to catch that in the middle of like running their company and understand it. And
Well, like this weekend, Ukraine attacked Russia, right? Well, what are the implications there?
well,
And that just like bleeds through everything. And then Trump's going to get on the news today and be like, Vladimir, we told you, don't fuck around. You're going to find out. And then people are like, oh no, here's World War III.
Yeah.
And then, it's just like constant.
I kind of think more is just their sales are down.
That too, yeah.
I think sales are down. I think, I think obviously doing a short-term deal is the tenant saying, I am uncertain about a lot of things, and the landlord saying, I kind of agree with you, so I'll take it. Right?
Yeah.
Because if the landlord was like, hell no, get out.
Yeah, in 22 they wouldn't do that.
No.
They'd do like a 5-year lease or hit
Get
the
out.
road.
Yeah. But I think like the speed is so fast. People are having a hard time digesting. So it's just better to kind of not make a change. Maybe not do nothing.
If you can get away with it for a year, it's like there's so much to process. You're like, can I have a year to think about this? 'Cause
Yeah.
like, I can't process all this right now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I think we're in a tougher spot right now. So in news, reefer sadness, not reefer madness. Texas hemp industry braces for 8,000 plus shutdowns and the CRE ripple effects.
What?
Well, did you see? So there is actually they quoted old Monty Anderson in this article. Monty Anderson, he doesn't drink or smoke, yet he personally sent a letter to Governor Greg Abbott breaching him to veto the bill sitting on his desk that would effectively outlaw the Texas hemp retail industry. So this article is kind of a profile on one of his tenants in Oak Cliff, and great tenant signed a long-term lease, and now it's a $5.5 billion industry in Texas. But since the Texas House followed in Senate, overwhelmingly passing SB3 outlawing the sale of intoxicating hemp products last week. Let's see. Abbott has 20 days from the end of the legislative session on June 2nd to sign or veto the bill. If he takes neither action, the bill will automatically become law and takes effect September 1st, either shutting down or seriously hamstringing more than 8,500 hemp cannabinoid businesses that operate in Texas. So they're all sending letters. So marijuana is illegal in Texas except for medical uses, but hemp became big business there and elsewhere when the 2018 federal farm bill kicked open the door to hemp-derived products, including those with intoxicating effects. The bill removed hemp with 0.3% or less THC, the active ingredient that produces the high, from the Controlled Substances Act's definition of marijuana. So Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is the one leading this. So I guess the Texas Poison Control Network has had a 495% increase in marijuana-related calls involving children 5 and younger between 2017 and 2022. They probably just took a nap.
Sounds like irresponsible parents.
Yeah.
Took a nap high on.
Yeah. But Dan Patrick was, last week I saw him and he was just at the pulpit just talking about this bill and talking about how it makes you crazy, and some guy stepped in front of a train because he was on weed.
God damn.
I mean, like,
dude.
so it's just kind of interesting, right? Like, what are we going to do about alcohol? Like, how many lives are ruined through alcohol?
This is the same guy who doesn't want any casinos in Texas.
So that's where this dovetails into our casino Mavericks go to Vegas theory, right? I think this is part of those dominoes.
It's just these things don't happen in this state.
No, they don't let them get by.
I mean, we probably are lucky to have alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's being lucky, but I'm just saying, like,
was Irving dry when you
growing up? Yeah. Graham. I lived in Graham, Texas, for a long time, and it just got alcohol sales about 5 years ago. It was still in Prohibition.
Whoa. So,
Lubbock was dry forever.
Mm-hmm.
We had to leave the city limits to get alcohol.
How far would you have to drive in Graham to go get booze?
Well, he had to go to this little town called Newcastle. It was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed the drive because I would go over there and you never know what you'd see.
Yeah. Or you could go to Possum Kingdom.
Yeah.
And
right. Yeah, that was a great story.
We went to Possum Kingdom to get some beer one time, and we pull up to the beer store and like the neon sign's not lit. And we're like, it's like a Wednesday at 4:00 or whatever. And we walk in. It's open. We're like, hey, your sign out front is not on. And he goes, yep, trying to save some money on electricity. Yeah. We were just like, wow. So, but here it says, according to Whitney Economics, the industry employs over 50,000 Texans. In the greater Houston area alone, there are upwards of 1,500 retail hemp shops, more than the total number of McDonald's restaurants in the state. While there are no published studies on how much retail space the industry occupies in Texas, it could be as much as 17 million square feet, assuming an average store size of 2,000 square feet. Just one cannabis-focused REIT in Innovative Industrial Properties has 30 million of committed capital and 148,000 square feet in Texas. Short.
Wow. That's a strategy.
Buy some puts on those guys.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm sure they shut her down. Like,
I think it's interesting what we choose to villainize in the consumer space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hemp's bad, but McDonald's is good.
Yeah.
Let's get them McDonald's out, but you can't do the hemp. And
well, have you? So I thought this was kind of, Joe Rogan talks about this a lot, and he talks about why hemp was really outlawed, and it takes it back to William Randolph Hearst, and he talks about how hemp versus timber in the paper industry. So William Randolph Hearst, was a huge newspaper magnate and owned a ton of timber. So he used the paper, the paper was made from wood pulp, but hemp presented a cheaper and more sustainable alternative. So Hearst uses newspapers to publish sensational fear-based stories about marijuana, often with racist overtones to sway public opinion against cannabis. So he demonized it to save his forests he bought. And the same thing with DuPont. DuPont had developed nylon. They developed nylon. And so since it would, become enormously profitable, the synthetic fiber. So hemp was already widely used for making ropes, textiles, sails, clothing, even plastics. But DuPont saw hemp as a natural competitor. And DuPont had strong political connections, particularly through Andrew Mellon of probably
Carnegie
Mellon,
yeah.
Bank of New York Mellon. The Secretary of Treasury, walked them out the door last week. And who happened to be a major investor in DuPont, the uncle of Harry Anslinger, who became the face of the federal anti-marijuana enforcement. So there's probably some truth to that. Like, this doesn't serve us the way we want it. So anyways, that sucked because a lot of those guys have leases. And, as a landlord, how do you treat them?
Is that force majeure?
That could be force majeure. That's a governmental shutdown, right? I mean, it was a legal thing that freedom was legal till they shut it down. during COVID, essentially, right?
Yeah, but usually you still have to pay rent. But good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, landlord.
Yep.
Should you have to pay rent as a tenant? I mean, aren't we all taking that chance there at the signing table?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't get to not pay your bank note.
Yeah.
Probably work it out towards
It's kind of like if a war blew your house off the face of the earth, you still pay your bank note?
I guess you got insurance.
No.
You don't have
Active
insurance.
war.
War is excluded coverage.
Yes.
So it's nuclear fallout.
Yeah, so you're not paying your mortgage. I mean, you should pay your mortgage, but you ain't paying it.
I just walked that bitch. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
What are you gonna do? That shit's gone. Earth's all torn up.
Right. What do you? I mean, what's the mortgage holder going to do? Yeah, you should pay that.
Yeah.
You have no insurance and your house is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess don't make loans in Eastern Europe.
Unless the rates are like through the roof.
I don't know if it's worth it.
It's probably not.
You got something, Will?
No, yeah. I kind of just went down this rabbit hole, but perplexing picture grips DFW construction. General contractors report a definite pause as well as optimism for uptick. Higher tariffs, supply chain bottlenecks, labor shortages have upped the pressure on general contractors in North Texas. That has created a more subdued construction landscape, although there's still plenty of work out there. I guess there's an $11 billion airport improvement program underway, so there's a lot of work there. But in 2024, general contractors surveyed by DBJ, Dallas Business Journal, reported a 14% year-over-year increase in local revenue, totaling $18.62. But that was before the new U.S. tariff and immigration policies kicked in. Did they just admit to hiring illegal laborers? The economic uncertainty caused by policies has resulted in bigger projects. The industry has experienced a slump in activity for regular sized projects, those between $75 million to $200 million, said Chris Geis, Senior Vice President of Business Development and Marketing at Austin Industries. So sounds like big deals are still there, but regular sized deals are paused, which I think most of us can kind of see that happening right now.
Yeah.
And even small ones are just ground to a halt. So we're seeing that across all of our business units too. But yeah, that's all I really got.
Cool.
I saw that the Ugly Homes franchisee for Dallas got indicted for a Ponzi scheme. His name's Carrier. But this just came down last week. Carrier took out loans from investors to finance his house flipping business, initially using the money to buy and renovate older homes to sell for a profit. Carrier promised each loan would be secured by an owner interest in a house and that he would pay 8 to 10% interest in monthly installments over the course of the loan. For many years, investors received reliable monthly payments. In 2018, however, carriers started taking out multiple loans on individual properties, sometimes providing investors with deeds he never recorded and racking up debt far beyond the value of the houses. So,
I wonder if you could pick up that franchise on the cheap.
you probably could. I always liked that the idea of that model, but I just never really dug into it.
Well, I think we were kind of into it, and then we just started doing buildings, and that was just bigger deal.
Yeah, I'm probably not going back.
No. No. So that's interesting. Huh. God, more Ponzi schemes. God, there's so many people. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I know we have some calls with some pretty big capital providers this week, and they're going to be like, "Oh, this is your first fund." I'm like, "Well, don't you invest with Blackstone? You know, they lose money. Like, they actually will lose your money, and you'll do it again with them." You know,
I don't understand that methodology. I have a buddy of mine who works in the oil and gas business, and he's on the capital side.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, these guys, you know, they still blow $100 to $400 million fund. Like, they'll get 40% of the capital back. Not even return, just straight
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And then they'll hit the pipe for another fun threes coming out, boys.
Yeah.
Go get your pocketbooks
And they'll
out.
raise it.
Yes.
You know.
I don't think it works in real estate though as well. Or maybe it does. I don't know.
I mean, it happens. Yeah. I guess you take more risk in true private equity, right? In operating things, but the reward could be bigger, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I've been telling people, I'm like, yeah, when we pitch a family office that we can get 17% returns on real estate, they kind of yawn and clip their fingernails and look at us.
Yes.
So most y'all's investors, they usually, or most young investors, where do they kind of stop? Like 200,000, and then the family office is the $500,000 to $5 million guys.
They're probably more than that, honestly. They probably don't want to mess with you unless they can get $5 million out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so $5 million. So there's kind of the world below $5 million. Who knows what that is? Friends,
Yeah.
friends and family, and
High net worth guys.
rich
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And then over $5 million is family office.
Yeah. Everybody's a family office now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I have 3.
yeah.
I got a family office in Graham. No. One in Dallas.
One in Florida.
Sheesh.
Which one do you like the most?
Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the most family time there.
Yeah.
At the office.
At the family office.
Yes. Yes.
So, but yeah, they yawn at those things. So, but I
Yeah.
guess they just have better opportunities. So,
Maybe you should just pitch higher yields and then
not meet them.
not meet them. And like 1 out of 4, you're like, yeah, we lost it all.
Yeah. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bella's like
Sure.
sitting there cringy. She's like,
No, she couldn't handle that. She wouldn't like.
I jump off the top of this building.
I
Can't
just
do that.
I just
But if they
wonder.
don't care.
But
Yeah.
I care. I can't. I can't. We can't even keep talking about this. No.
Well, I just wonder
Breaking
though,
a
like
sweat.
to that point, like if guys are like, oh yeah, we're gonna get X, and then they end up not losing money, but they don't do as well. Are people just like, they didn't lose any, they just keep going.
Yeah.
They said they're gonna get a 20, they hit a 12.
The book's called Great Expectations, not Lower Expectations.
Maybe that's the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna hit a 50. Here's a 14.
Yeah, but I mean, to that point, you did just sell something where you had a, what was your return? 14 times what you bought it for?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Which
if you
one?
went in with,
First deep.
Oh yeah.
if you went in with that pitch, we're going to do 14X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The line would be out the door, right?
You'd think.
You would think.
You would think.
But then here's the flip side to that. Like we did a deal in Fort Worth and crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
And like the capital partner we had on there,
Mm-hmm.
like we can't get him out of bed now because we hit the
Yeah.
ball so hard,
Mm-hmm.
so far out of the park. They're like, just catch us on the next one. And you're like, dude, these things only happen once every 5 years.
Yeah, you got to be
If
in the
that.
flow. You just happen to catch the best one on the first one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit Snowflake, it just went poof, and then, a couple years later, it's all the way down.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because it's the same investment bros selling it on Wall Street as this is going to 800X.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it didn't work out, they're at the iOS convention the next year selling iOS.
They are.
I mean, aren't they?
You're wrong. You're not wrong. It's the same dude.
JP Morgan was on the panel, Jeff.
There you go. They'll be selling vacuums too if things get really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it's true. So somebody made a comment on that panel, like, we're brokers too on the capital side.
Oh.
And I was just like,
It's like a cry for help.
no, as in like, all of this is
Companionship, Jeff.
trying to
We're all
like,
in this together.
connect.
We're brokers too.
Yeah, we're brokers too. We're trying to marry capital with our opportunities. And it's like, okay, it's like, all right, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, but
I think I was literally on my phone the whole time sending emails and stupid texts to other people.
somebody made a comment. They're like, I don't think Jeremy paid attention at all to the institutional guys. I was like, no, we were talking the entire time.
No. No interest.
Yeah. So,
Well, I think y'all should promise higher returns.
Like it.
I'm going to start promising my average return.
Well, that would probably get people in the door. This is my average return.
Right.
Wow.
yeah. All right. Well, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. Michael, our attorney's rolling over.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Guys, no.
Yeah. Do not do that. Well, alrighty. Well, everybody have a great week of real estate out there. Anything else?
No.
See ya.
See ya.